Another review, more notes. This one I should have done like 2 months ago, but it's coming up right now. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Like I said, this is a review I've been meaning to do for the last couple months, but things have just been really crazy, and I feel bad that I'm so late with this, but it's better late than never. So I apologize to my guy Mike over there at Tsangs because this is on me. I should have had this one done. Either way, today we're going to be reviewing the Pit Boss Griddle. This is the standard Pit Boss Griddle. There's two different models. There's a deluxe and a standard. I have the standard here. So the first thing I want to do is just go over this thing and show you the features. So the griddle top has 748 square inches of cook space. It is approximately 37 inches wide by roughly 20.5 inches. Another thing that I always consider to be pretty important is the cook height. This one's right about 34 inches, maybe a little over 34 inches. Now the reason why I bring that up, I'm sorry if you're seeing smoke here, I've got ribs on another cooker. But the reason why I bring that up is because, you know, there's taller people, there's shorter people, and some of these models that I've had here, this is like my 4th or 5th griddle, they're a little taller than the other ones. The Blackstone that I have now, the one with the air fryer model, that one is definitely taller than the rest, and I tend to like that cooking height for my preference, but everybody's a little bit different, so this way at least you get an idea at home as to how tall this thing is. Now both sides have collapsible shelves. Not that I need to show you, but there's the other one. The knobs in the front here are very simplistic, yet they're really good quality, I have to say. They feel nice to the touch, they don't feel cheap, and each one of these is self-igniting. This griddle top is pre-seasoned with an oil, but like anything else, I don't trust anything pre-seasoned. So I'm going to go through a proper seasoning process on this. And I don't recommend that anybody that buys any griddle, I'm not just saying this about Pit Boss, but I don't recommend that you just trust that pre-seasoning. Like, do a proper seasoning on it when you get it. Cook some bacon, cook something on it after you go through that initial seasoning process, and then you'll be good to go. I trusted that pre-seasoning with the Camp Chef that came in, and although that's a great griddle, that's the one complaint I had, was that it really wasn't seasoned enough. So I wanted to do it myself, and after I realized that it wasn't good enough on its own, I did it myself and everything went great. So regardless of what griddle you buy, my opinion is that you should do a proper seasoning on it before you cook. So take that for what it's worth. Now the burners underneath this cooktop, there's 4 burners. There are 62,000 BTUs in total, which means it's like 15,500 I think would be, I don't know, I hope my math is good, per burner. Point is, it's got plenty of power to heat. Now I get a lot of questions about all the griddles that I have on the channel. Is it hot enough, you know, blah blah blah. All these run plenty hot. It's really up to how you cook, but I've never had one that I said wasn't hot enough, and like I said, this is like my 4th or 5th one. So don't get too caught up in all the BTU stuff, just cook on it and have fun. If you're a statistics person, 4.7 millimeters thick on this griddle top. We do have a nice sturdy center shelf here, and our wheels or casters, these are plenty good quality. Each one of these has its own lock, and each one is plenty sturdy enough to roll this around your porch or your deck or your patio. No worries there at all. Now the design of this is made for quick release by simply unscrewing this and a couple things. So this thing's very portable, and I'll see if I can find some footage showing you how easy it is to fold up and take on the go if you want to take it camping or whatever it is that you want to do. Lastly, our grease strip system is right here in the front. So you'll be scraping all your grease and debris down into here. Easy empty right from the front. Now because this was meant to be kind of portable, it's pretty simplistic. I mean, there's not a lot of glit and glamour, but for what it is, I have to say it is built really well. Now there's one more thing I wanted to show you. When I knew this was coming, I called my buddy Ron over at Backyard Life Gear, and I'm not being paid to tell you any of this. I'm not being paid for this review video, and I'm not being paid to show you this other stuff. But I wanted to protect this because I knew with my filming schedule that I was going to be running behind in terms of being able to get this thing done. So Ron sent me out a hardcover, and he also sent me out this other thing I want to show you. So this is the hardcover that he sent me, and this fits right on the top, which gives you protection against weathering and whatnot. This also serves as sort of like a splash guard here. So if you have any grease going up, it's going to be caught by this lid. So this is a really nice piece. I'm not sure that this was made specifically for this griddle. For some reason, I don't think it is, but it fits fine and it works. He also sent this out to me. Now, granted, this would probably make it a little bit less portable, but this would be great to store tools or bottles or anything that you want. And so if you're not going to be moving this thing around a lot and you want a little bit of extra space for tools or whatever it is, you know, I'll leave some links in the description for that stuff. Again, I'm not being paid for it. Ron's been really good to me. Everything he's ever sent out to the channel has been outstanding in terms of quality, great products, and he's a good man. Small business. Let's try to support small business wherever we can. So if you have a griddle and you need some accessories, just go check out backyardlifegear.com. I'll put a link down in the description. Now my next step here is going to be to season this griddle. To properly season the griddle, all you need to do is get it hot, put some canola oil on, rub it on with a paper towel, and I'll overlay some B-roll here for you. You'll let it smoke. As soon as that smoke starts to thin out, you'll apply another coat, and you'll repeat that for 4, 5, or 6 times until you get a nice deep color into the griddle top. Once that's done, it's basically seasoned. Then you can cook some bacon just to finish that seasoning off, and it's a really simple process. From that point on, it's all about proper maintenance and cleanup after each use. Now later on tonight, I'm going to be doing some smash burgers for my neighbors Kevin and Heather and our family. So I'll just take some B-roll of some of that stuff, and then at the end of this video I will do a little closeout segment just to give you some feedback on everything, give you my opinion, and that'll be it. Enjoy the footage. Okay, everybody, it's the next morning, and I didn't get to do the smash burgers because it started raining, and I didn't want to do those in the rain, so I ended up just doing those on the porch on another cooker. It wasn't this cooker's fault. You know, it rained, and I didn't want to cook in the rain. The seasoning went well. It did seem like it ran a little hotter towards the propane tank side, but that's not a big deal. You always want like a cooler and a hotter zone on these griddles anyway, so you have sort of a keep warm zone. So in this case, you know, the left side of it would probably be your keep warm zone or your cooler side. So that's actually fine, no big deal. One drawback that I did find that I wasn't totally happy with was that the grease dripping system or the design, it's not foolproof. You know, I cooked a pound of bacon, I seasoned it. I first seasoned the griddle top, as you saw. I cooked a pound of bacon, I had some grease on the top, and as I was pushing that down into the trough area, it did leak a little bit onto my patio blocks. So it's just a little mess issue. I mean, it's not a huge deal, but you know, I do want people to be aware of it. And you know, I really do appreciate Pit Boss sending this out for review. I will say that's probably my only negative on this. It's constructed well, it's got a very solid feel. It's very portable, as I mentioned earlier on in the video, and it's kind of plain Jane, but it's, for what it is, it's well built. I think this retails for $2.99 right now. And then the added stuff that I showed you here, which does not come with the griddle, you know, that little shelf thing that I didn't put on from Backyard Life Gear, and then this top, I don't know what those go for. They're probably around $100 a piece or something. I don't really know. You'll have to go to their site to check that out. So in summary, I definitely like this cooker. I don't really have a lot of bad things to say about it, other than the only thing that I don't know how bad it is, but the grease thing is, it's just, I mean, I'm very tidy when it comes to that. I don't necessarily want to have grease, you know, on the patio blocks or whatever. So and now I wasn't exceptionally rough when I was pushing the grease over in there, and I wasn't very careful. I was just kind of doing it normal. So maybe if you go really slow and careful, if you're cooking something real greasy, you won't have the same problem that I did. So yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure if this is a common thing for this cooker, because when I do a review, I make it a point not to watch other people's reviews or opinions on them. I want to form my own opinion. So that's like disclaimer number one. I'm not sure if that's a common thing with the grease or not. If it is, then, you know, obviously it's a thing. Maybe it's unique to mine, or maybe there's something I did wrong. I'm not sure, but it really doesn't seem like there's anything I could have done wrong. And I'm not going to hide it from you. You know, I want you to see and know what's going on. So other than that, I like the cooker. I think it's priced okay, and I think it's built very well. So if you're a Pit Boss fan, I would give you the thumbs up on this and tell you to go for it. Or if you're just looking for a griddle, you know, this is one that I think you should have on the table for consideration. So listen, please check out our website if you want to support the channel and see more reviews like this. It's everydaybarbecue.net. Click on the support tab. We've got the Patreon link. We've got a lot of different ways you can support the channel. There's merch on there, and I hope you'll do what you can to support if you can. If not, no big deal. I just appreciate you watching, okay? As always, I really appreciate you watching. Please check out everydaybarbecue.net. Thank you for your support, and I'll see you on the next episode.